Good morning. I'm Brody with another PTSD brief. One of the things that I think most of us with PTSD or another anxiety disorder deal with is body pain, body aches and pain, and that's caused by most of the time the anxiety and the stress. So there's a lot of muscle pain that goes with that just because of the constant or near constant tension. When I was in the Army early on, I had a morning in particular that I could barely walk. So I went in to, did sick call, went in, they gave me muscle relaxers and sent me home. After a few days it got better and I went on, didn't think much about it. And then that was a recurring theme. I never could get the Army docs to do x-rays or an MRI to see if there was anything else going on. It was just always muscle relaxers and painkillers and back to your unit. It wasn't until I got out into the civilian world and I was a civilian police officer that the pain got really bad on an occasion, and I went in, civilian doctor, they did an MRI and found out that sometime during my Army career I had ruptured a disc and cracked a vertebrae. Along with that, they found out that I had a couple of congenital defects in my spine, one in the neck and one in the lower spine where some vertebrae were fused. So part of the pain is Army related, part of it is congenital. Regardless, with PTSD, the pain sometimes gets very intense. So with the muscles tensing up so bad and refusing to release, especially here in the last year or so, there are times when it gets difficult for me to walk. I do go to a chiropractor, and that helps significantly. But the in-between times are still kind of rough. And I can't go to the chiropractor every day, so I had to look for other options. And I don't want to take painkillers all the time, even over-the-counter painkillers, because they're not actually helping anything. They're just masking it to get me by. So I had heard of TENS units, but I had never used one. And I had talked to the chiropractor a little bit about it, and he had some for sale, but they're kind of pricey. So I had just not gone that way. One reason is I couldn't afford it. So we were in Walgreens last night, and I'd looked at them before, but Walgreens, and I'm assuming other drugstores, have started carrying brands of TENS units of their own that are a lot less expensive. So my wife and I went in last night. We got one from IcyHot. Show you the package so you know what to look for. IcyHot Smart Relief TENS unit. And we tried it, or I tried it last night, put it on my low back, the hip that is always the issue, and across the top of my shoulders right below the neck. And after using that for just a few minutes on those areas, it is amazing how much relief I have today. Now I can still feel a little bit of the pain and tightness, and some of that is coming back just because of excuse me, the anxiety, honestly, that's going on somewhere in the back of my head this morning that I have no idea what it's for, but it's there. So the muscles are tensing up just a little bit today. But it's very simple. All it is this pad here, and it's sticky on one side. Directions are very easy. You just stick it onto the area of your body where you're having the issue, and you can see the two little, let me get it right, two little plugs there. That's where the electric unit plugs into. So you put the pad on, plug this into it, and this just takes, it's a little bit larger than a watch battery went into it, and it's just has an on button in the middle and a plus and a minus to adjust the intensity. And you put it on, adjust the intensity to what is comfortable for you, and leave it on for a few minutes, and it's awesome. I feel so much better this morning. Like I said, some of the pain is still there, but I am walking straight this morning, which for the last 2 or 3 weeks I have not been able to. I've had to avoid my treadmill time and the outside walking time and all that. So if you deal with any of this pain, even if you don't have PTSD and it's just back pain, try one of these. I am extremely happy with how well it worked. You can get more expensive units. You can order them online, or the chiropractor we go to has them. They're a lot fancier than this, but they also are $100, $200, $300, where this one was 30 or 40, one of the two. And they had several different brands. You could probably look online, eBay, Amazon, wherever, and find them as well. Definitely worth the money, and I am just so happy that we got this thing. So hope that helps, and I hope you feel better if you deal with the back stuff, whether you have anxiety or not. Have a good day, good weekend. Oh, and happy Father's Day.